Just how much pride do you guys take as a line with what Bilal is doing and getting that 1,000 yards out of the win this last game?
We take a ton of pride. I mean, we work. We have a very close group of offensive linemen, and having a back like Bilal to be able to do the things he does. I mean, and he's so humble, and as soon as he had that 1,000-yard rush, that last rush that put him over 1,000, the first thing he did, he came up and gave me a big hug, and he said, "It's on you. That's because of you guys." So it feels great as an offensive line to know you can do something like that, but also having a running back like Bilal, in my opinion, I think he's one of the best running backs in the country, and he's so humble, and he's just a quiet guy, and he just goes to work every day, and he deserves everything he gets. And we're excited, and we're happy to be that offensive line to provide that, that record for him, and I hope he just keeps on going and getting better.
Down on the sideline, when he comes back to the sideline, sits on the bench, he sits right next to the offensive line. It's typically running backs, they'll go off and do their own thing or whatever. Am I reading too much into that, or has he kind of got more of an offensive line mentality because he's sitting right next to you guys?
Yeah, I mean, when we have it designed, the offensive line sits in one spot, the tight ends in one spot, the running backs. It just so happens that the running backs are always right next to the offensive line. But if we have a good drive or we have a good touchdown, he's always, him and Adam also, all the offensive line, we sit in a V technique down there on the line, on the sideline. He comes down, he's always smacking your hand saying, "Hey, good job, good block." So having him down there, and he lets us know that he believes in us and he trusts us, and we trust him. He trusts us to make the block, we trust him to make the cut. So it's just, having a guy like him down there, and we gel so good together. We're behind him, he's behind us. So yeah, having him down there sitting that close to us on the sideline, it's always good to have Bilal there and hear some motivating words from him, especially with being such a quiet guy, hear him getting all fired up. So, for sure.
Anything extra because where your hometown is and Pittsburgh coming up, that kind of thing?
Absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. We went up there 2 years ago, and they gave it to us pretty good. I believe I accumulated 93 tickets for that game in the locker room for friends and family. So, yeah, when we were there, they handed it to us pretty good. The whole corner of the end zone, I'd look over from all my family and friends. So I've been thinking about this game, going back up there for 2 years now, and I can't believe it's already here. I used to feel like it was so long away. And now to know that, in 4 or 5 days we're going to be back up there and the same people are going to be in the stands, I'm not going to be able to sleep much this week. I already have all my friends and family calling me saying, we can't wait, it's a noon game, we're going to be out there at 6:30 in the parking lot, which they will. And, but yeah, I'm so excited to go home and to see all my friends and family, especially with the family time the night before. But trust me, this game's been on my mind since 2 years ago when we played at Heinz Field, and they gave us a pretty good beating, so I'm excited.
How many tickets do you have?
Right now, my mom called me, and she has a list of 111 so far.
Do you have that many tickets?
Right now, I think I asked around. We don't get the ticket sheets till tomorrow, so that's when the guys will give them to me. But I think right now, just from asking guys, I got about 80-something. So I'm hoping to get up there. And that 111 doesn't even include my friends yet. So she took care of my parents and their friends. So all my buddies are calling, like, am I getting on this list or what? So. But yeah, so we'll probably be up by around 1:30.
How far is your hometown from?
I live about 15 minutes from Heinz Field. So I'm very close. I've been to a ton of Steeler games. I've been to Pitt games growing up when I was a kid. So it means a lot going back to my hometown. I can't wait. I had trouble sleeping last night, and it's a week away. I'm just so excited. So hoping something good happens up there.
Did Pitt recruit you?
Yes, Pitt recruited me. Yeah, I don't even know if he's there now. Bob Junko, I believe he might be the director of football operations. At the time, he was their defensive line coach. Yeah, he paid me a few visits in high school, and they said they were really interested. But I sort of wanted to get away. I didn't want to go 12, 13 hours away, but I didn't want to be 10 minutes from my house. I figured, Louisville, right in the middle. It's about 5.5 hour, 6 hour drive. So if I had to go home, I could. But yeah, they recruited me. But like I said, I'm happy to be here at Louisville, and I cannot wait to go back up there and play them Panthers.
Did you know Sinceri?
Oh yeah, I knew him.
Did you host him when he came here, or did you?
I wasn't his host. No, I hosted Andrew Taglianetti, who also went to high school with Sinceri. He plays safety for them, I believe. And I hosted him on a visit. Awesome kid, But yeah, I knew them both. They played for Pittsburgh Central Catholic, and I had some buddies from my high school who transferred out of my high school to go play for Pittsburgh Central Catholic. So, yes, I do know very well both of them.
So you remember when Sinceri, because Sinceri committed here, right?
Yeah, he was committed here, yeah. And that's why I couldn't, when I heard the news that he decommitted, I was very surprised. But, you know, that's his personal decision. And obviously, you know, he started for Pitt. He's doing a good job up there, so I'm happy for him.
Let's talk about something really important. What's the best sandwich in Pittsburgh? Permane
That would be
Brothers?
Permane Brothers Pittsburgh cheesesteak. And I already talked to my mom. Like I said, 2 years ago, you know, we had that family time in the hotel the night before, and she brought 25 of them for the offensive line, the quarterbacks, some of the receivers, everyone who put in a request. So she's already bringing them again, and Mark Wetter made sure to tell me that he gets 2 this year. So it's already put in. She already has the order in, so they'll be at the hotel Friday night for us.
Are we to the point with the way Bilal's running? That, I mean, when you go into a game, do you feel like you know you can run the football? I mean, are you all that confident in what you're doing up front?
That's just our mentality, and that's, you know, that's what we want to be known as, just the tough offensive line who just gets after it. And that's what we talk about. You know, we set a goal every week, you know, what we want to rush for, and that gives us the motivation. And hearing Bilal saying we're getting that, we're going to get, you know, and it's just, we're such a tight group, and we like having that physical mentality that we're going to go in there and we're going to run the football. Because, I mean, to win the games, you have to run the football. And when you run the football, it opens up the passing game. You know, so I'd say for sure that we're meeting every week, and it's just inside everyone knows that in order for us to be, you know, to win the game, we have to run the football. And that's just our mentality, and it will continue to be our mentality for the rest of the season.
That being said, how big of a challenge is this week with Pittsburgh's D-line? I think Coach said they've only allowed 2 100-yard rushes all year, and their D-line is one of the best.
Yes, it's going to be a huge challenge. It's going to be our biggest challenge yet. I mean, they got 2 defensive ends who are in the top 10 in the country, and I think sacks. I think they have the 9th nationally ranked rush defense, and they're first in the Big East in rush defense. So this is definitely going to be a challenge. They're up front. You know, they're very big. They're very mobile. You know, very athletic. I think, you know, most athletic defensive line we're going to face so far. They got linebackers who are physical, will come up and fill the hole. And so we need to make sure that we're just as physical or more physical, match their physicality. We've got to make sure we can run the ball. They're very tough up front. And like I said, their front 4 and their linebackers will fill. And then Coach Strong let us know about that 6'5", 230-pound safety back there who also likes to come up and fill. So, you know, we just got to take that in stride, work hard this week, you know, and do what we got to do to get the ball run.
Coach just spoke about trust and respect, and when you guys accepted both of those, then you would become a good football team. How long did it take for you guys to actually connect on that level, especially considering that you guys had some issues in the previous 2 years?
Well, with Coach Strong coming in, you know, we knew right away it was a whole different mentality. And the guys on the team, you know, you learn to trust and respect each other because with Coach Strong, it's his way or the highway, you know. So when you have a coach like that who's enforcing the rules, who if he makes a threat to you, he follows through if you don't go to class, or if you're late to meeting or something like, or miss a lift, or, you know, you're going to get punished, and that's how it is. So right off the bat, I think it starts with Coach Strong. When you start respecting and trusting your head coach, that just follows through to the team. And then you have guys, seniors, juniors, sophomores. If a teammate's missing a run or missing a lift, they're going to call him and get him up, and they're going to make sure he gets punished. You know, so it's more than just the head coach instilling it. Yeah, he's done a great job, and everyone on this team trusts and respects him, from the top guy to the last guy on the team. And that just follows through to our team where everyone is accountable for everyone now. And everyone respects everyone. The offense respects the defense. You know, during the week, we, the D-line and the O-line, we go at it. And yeah, you know, there's little fights here and there, but once we're off the field, we understand we're all in this for the same goal. And that's where the trust really came from, with Coach Strong putting that into us and having us come together as one as a team so we can get some football games won around here.
How much different is that from, say, last year?
I think it's a big difference, you know. But that's just, you know, that's my personal opinion, you know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Coach Strong and Coach K, you know, they're 2 different guys. They're both great people. I mean, great people. You know, it's just that this year, you know, there's more, I think, of a respect level. That's all. You know, and people are, you know, people are willing to work together now, and, you know, just try to get those W's.
Coach Strong mentioned 2 or 3 times when he was in here about 10 straight road losses in the conference. How much, I'm sure he'll bring that up or has already to you guys. How much does that weigh on you, you know, that, I mean, let's get this over with, let's get out there and win a game on the road?
Well, Coach Strong does an excellent job at finding something that'll just itch at you all week. Every week he has something. Before, we haven't won a conference game in this long. Or before we played at Arkansas State, we haven't won a road game in this long. And everyone's like, geez, oh man. So that was definitely, you know, when you say that, and you really don't think of it like that until he says it, and you're like, man, that's true. We really have it, you know. So, yeah, we're ready to go get one on the road, you know, and enjoy our bus ride to the airport, enjoy our plane ride home, and be able to come home and sleep good, you know, because when you think about it, that's a long time before you can get a Big East win on the road. And we're excited to go out on the road, and it's a huge game, a great football team we're going to be facing. So, you know, we go up there and pull this one out. It's going to feel good, and I think we'll just keep on rolling from there.
Why do you think you haven't been able to get one on the road so well?
I mean, it's not any particular thing. I mean, you know, times you have turnovers. Sometimes, you know, we're not on the same page on offense, or defense might be giving up a big play or not be able to stop the run, or the offense can't run the ball, or, you know, returns on special teams, or, you know, guys returning stuff on our special teams. I don't think it's one thing. You know, like we said, when we win as a team, and when we lose as a team. So we're never pointing fingers, and that's huge. You can't be pointing fingers at the offense or the defense or a certain player. You know, so I don't think there's any really one reason. It just hasn't worked out. We're hoping to turn that around this year and get a W on the Big East in the road.
Is this, I know you all believe it in that locker room, but is it also important to, I mean, this team, you know, one of the preseason picks to win the league, you know, to go out there and prove to people that you are definitely a contender for the league championship. I mean, you think you can do that this weekend?
That's all we're thinking about, you know, and absolutely. And we understand that it's wide open, and there's a lot of good football teams in this conference, but, you know, we're confident. You got to be confident that, you know, you're going to go out every week and you got to win the football games. And we understand what we got to do to win the Big East. Obviously, we got to win out, and that's a heck of a challenge. But like we said, we're going to take it one game at a time, and that's all we're talking about this week. Is by the end of this week, we want to be 1-0 against Pittsburgh, and that's it. So one step at a time. And if we do that and take care of business, we'll be where we want to be at the end of the year.
Josh, have you been pleasantly surprised maybe by the emphasis on being tough and running the ball? When you first hear about a spread coming in, you don't necessarily think of those things.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's what when we first heard spread offense, can be a lot of passing and stuff. But ultimately, we knew in the spring that we were going to run the football. And especially with our offensive line coach, Coach Byrom, he loves to run the ball. And Coach Sanford, he loves to run the ball. So, and we knew with the offensive line and the toughness that we had, and the running back who we have, that we really don't have any choice but to run that ball. Why wouldn't you? You know. So yeah, we were pleasantly surprised, and there's nothing better than when you can just run the ball and just see the D-line getting tired and just keep on pounding a rock. So yeah, we're thrilled to run the ball. As an offensive line, that's what you love to do. You love to run the ball. So yeah, that was a pleasant surprise coming from, you know, what you seen when Coach Strong was at Florida, the spread offense. But yeah, we definitely enjoy running the football here.
All right. Okay.
Thank you.